Hey everybody, welcome back to our third episode of Marathon to Muscle. My name is Keenan Erickson, and this is my project to show you how I as a coach take a goal such as running a marathon and transitioning it over to gaining muscle. Now I'm doing this, number one, for myself because I like how I feel when I have a little bit more muscle, but then also I want this to exist as a resource that you could use to do something similar, such as gaining muscle or take on any other goal that you would like. So let's jump on in, take a look at what's accomplished over the last few weeks. So if you watched the last video, you saw how I was planning on going into my accumulation phase, where broadly speaking, in this phase, I wanted to get in a lot of repetitions of really good, high quality, big barbell movements multiple times a week. Basically 3 full body workouts each week with increasing intensity, mostly in the way of adding a little bit of weight and slowing down our tempos. In addition, with my sleep, I started taking away the use of my phone before bed, and then I started adding in some positive affirmations, knowing or telling myself that, okay, tonight I'm gonna go to sleep and I am taking good steps towards sleeping well. And then lastly, around nutrition, you saw how I wanted to start adding in more protein to my daily diet. We started with 150 grams, and we went up to 175 grams, and then we finished off the month with 200 grams each day. Now, there was a lot of good things that happened in this first month and some bad things that happened. Let's recap and take a look in the notebook and see how things went. Just a reminder here, we started phase 1, which is our general physical preparation phase. We moved to our accumulation phase, and then next we'll be going to our intensity phase. Kicking things off in week 1, I had 5 workouts if you include a run. I did pretty darn well with my sleep of having no phone in the bedroom. Nutrition was okay. I got around 150 grams most days, and my weight started at 193 pounds. Week 2 continued on. I have some data here, other data I didn't collect. I think this is when I was traveling around the Thanksgiving time. But again, protein, on days when I tracked it, my assist day was pretty good. Weight continued to be around 193. That's probably because I just wasn't eating quite enough. Moving on, workouts did really well in this week. Well, let's see, I did pretty well with my protein intake as well, pushing 175 up to 200 grams a day. Really nice. And as a result, you can see my weight did go up to 196. All the while, workouts were very consistent. Going into week 3, we see hopefully a lot of the same. Some days better than other on proteins, but I did do a pretty good job of having no phone in the bedroom, as well as having that positive affirmation with sleep. And once again, you see weight go up to 200. It's a bit bigger than the jump than we would like to see. Ideally, this is about a pound a week gain on the high end, but this isn't perfect science. We're doing what we can here. In this week, again, some good things, some bad things. Looks like workouts went really well. Protein was low most days. I was shooting for 200, but I didn't nail it. Sleep, this is pretty good minus the weekend. And then lastly, we have that Christmas week where I didn't do very well tracking my protein, and I didn't do very well sleeping. I only got 1 strength training workout and 1 run. But what can you do? So overall, with workouts, things went quite well. With sleep, things went well too. I hit the nail on the head most days. Nutrition, I had a little more trouble, but realistically, overall, across those few weeks, I gained 11 pounds. 11 pounds in 6 weeks is a lot. So how can we account for these 11 pounds of weight gain over the last 6 weeks? Well, there's a few things going on. Yes, I was working out. I was doing strength training. I was stimulating muscle growth. I was eating a good bit, so I was giving my body proper fuel to recover from the workouts. I was sleeping pretty well. So these things naturally make you gain muscle. In this time, I did gain muscle, I'm sure of it, but I also probably gained some fat too. And that's totally expected. It's very hard to just gain muscle with no fat gain, and I'm perfectly fine with it. In addition, in this program, I also started supplementing with creatine monohydrate, which is a really good supplement if you want to gain strength and gain muscle. With it, though, comes some water retention, especially when you start using it for the first few weeks. Your body tends to retain some water, 2 to 3 pounds maybe. So with all that, I think those things did stimulate some of this weight gain. Some muscle, some fat, some water. But then in the last week, this is the Christmas holiday week. So there was a lot going on. I was traveling, I was visiting family, and frankly, it was not a very good week for me. I didn't hit many workouts. I hit one workout and I went for one run, much below what I would plan on doing. I wasn't tracking my protein. I'll be honest, I was probably eating more cookies and drinking more beer than any protein I was consuming too. And I was not sleeping well. I was staying somewhere else. I wasn't in my own bed, just causes me to sleep worse. Now, with all that being said, yeah, I gained a little more fat doing that than I would have liked, but it's only 1 week. It's only 3 pounds. In the grand scheme of this whole project, in the grand scheme of all of life, I'm not worried about that one bit. That weight's gonna come down. It's not something I'm stressed about. It's just a matter of fact, the way that it was. So yes, I have gained 11 pounds already in this project. I did say I only wanted to gain about 10 pounds, but I think I'm just keep letting this thing ride and see what I can do over the next few months. What comes next in our third phase? Well, a few things are gonna happen. This phase, I'm calling it the intensity phase. And I'm calling it the intensity phase because in this next few weeks, I'm actually gonna start adding heavier weights into my programming. The accumulation phase was just about getting good quality reps, not worrying about the weight too much, but now I'm really gonna start dialing in to the weights that I need to stimulate muscle growth really, really well. With that, I'm also going to continue to slow the tempos down, work slow movements where you can really take a big stretch across the muscles and get really strong contractions. So workouts, that's going to be easy. I like working out. I've liked working out for 20 years. I'm not worried about that. On the sleep side of things, I'm going to continue to try to get better. 2 things I'm going to work on over the next few weeks are number 1, decreasing my phone usage even closer to bedtime. So not just not having it in the bedroom, but maybe not using my phone for a good hour before bed. In addition, I'm going to continue on with my positive affirmations, knowing that I am making the right steps towards sleeping better. And then lastly, I want to increase the amount of fiction I'm reading before bed. I'm a big nonfiction reader. I like to read about exercise, I like to read about nutrition, but I think adding in some fiction before bed will help me sleep better. And then lastly, with nutrition, this is really the one where I struggled. Okay, yeah, I struggled Christmas week, but that's separate. Overall, across the majority of this phase, getting in all the protein that I wanted to get on any given day, that was challenging for me. So over this next phase, I'm going to put a little more effort into doing some meal prep for my week. And let's go take a look at how I'm starting that right now. Okay, so today we are going to make a quick stir fry with some ground turkey. This whole package of turkey has about 80 grams of protein in it. We've also got a bag of edamame, which has about 16 grams of protein in it, which just goes to show that it's not a real efficient form of protein. We've also got a bunch of frozen veggies, whatever I had in the freezer. Next up, we're going to be making a sauce, which just includes all kinds of things that are in my cabinet, such as soy sauce, hoisin sauce, rice wine vinegar. Really, the sauce is whatever I have in the cabinet. It's never all that specific. And yeah, of course, we add some sriracha in this thing too for a little bit of spice. And a hoppin' hot honey, which my sister made for me, which has some chilies and some hops actually from the brewery that she used to work at. Oh, and I think you even add some gochujang in there as well. Mix it all up and you got something that makes your food taste a little bit better. Next, we're gonna brown up that turkey. We'll add in the frozen veggies, cook it all up, add in some Szechuan peppercorns because I like my mouth to go numb. Toss your sauce on there. Make a big old pot of rice. And then we've got our full meal there. So by meal prepping, I can make sure that I have meals with me that have a good 50 grams of protein so that I don't get home at 2 or 3 o'clock and I'm already in that hole. Hopefully, by meal prepping these meals I can take with me to work will help me reach those 200 grams a day more easily. This phase is going to continue on for probably over 6 weeks. I'm going to say 6 to 8 weeks. I'm going to start with 6, see how things are going. If I'm still seeing things increase, such as my numbers in the gym, I'll let it roll for a couple more weeks, but I'm going to leave it open-ended so I can make changes to the programming if needed. And frankly, I'm feeling pretty confident about this. The workouts, I'm going to have no issues with those. I love working out. Nutrition, I've got a plan now. I'm going to continue to meal prep so I can have good quality meals throughout the day. And then with sleep, I think just adding in a little bit of fiction before bed, continuing with those positive affirmations, and using my phone even less before bed will help me sleep better. Again, with the workouts, the nutrition, and the sleep habits all compounding on top of each other, I'm going to continue to gain muscle and meet my goal. So this is just my goal, and this is how I'm going about reaching the goal of gaining some muscle post-marathon. This might not be the same as your goal, but I hope that you do recognize that you can accomplish most goals if you just start with some little steps and then build them up over time to accomplish something really great and meaningful for you.